Welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. And this, my friends, is The Thunder Show, aka WLTV, the internet's most fever-pitched show. What the hell? Oh man, I am really excited because we're talking about white wine from the old world brought to the new world. And I want to start off with Rant City, USA. Please put down your preconceived notions about white wine. I know a lot of the Vaniacs that are with me and watching right now, you've gotten there. But there's a lot of people watching maybe for the first time or for the first couple of times. And please understand this. White wines are as good as red wines. White wines aren't starters and then we get into the red wines and then we're cool and we know our thing. White wines rock the hizzy. They're very serious. And if you get into very serious discussions with wine peoples, masters of wine, master sommeliers, people that have been in the industry in the old countries for years and years, many of us think that Riesling is the most complex and thought-provoking and powerful wine in the world. And many other grape varietals, for example, Roussanne, which is probably one of my favorite grapes in the gosh darn world. That's right, I said gosh darn world. And so I really want to start with this, that I think white wines are absolutely fantastic. As a matter of fact, aromatically, I think they're even more exciting than red wines in a lot of ways. And for me, the aromatics are a huge factor. Something we call the sniffy sniff on the Thunder Show. So that's first and foremost. Number two, here we are on what's today's Tuesday now. We're getting very close to next Tuesday's, the 19th, the drawing for the Bring the Thunder, Spreading the Thunder contest. So there's a link right over here. Mott, thanks for that. Please click that. Watch the video if you're just joining us. A real huge opportunity. Remember, you've got to put your name in there and what you've done to be eligible for pulling out the names out of a hat. And you've got to sign up there. You've got to sign up. Especially iTunes peeps. You got to sign up. It's so awesome. Anyways, let's roll with the show today. We've got three wonderful wines. We've got a Pinot Grigio, think Italy. We've got a Gewürztraminer, think the Alsace in France. And we've got a Roussanne, think the Rhone region in France. But these are all in America. That's right, baby. Made in Americana. And I'm excited about it. Let's start with the first wine, Swanson. Very good winery out of Napa Valley. 2006 Pinot Grigio. A wine that rolls in at $14 US. And you know Richard Todd sported that number. 90 points, wine enthusiast. And a wine that I'm excited about trying. So let's see what's going on here. I'm going to give it a little bit of a rinsey rinse. Lots of good stuff going on with the Thunder Show. I want to continue to thank everybody who leaves comments and spreads the thunder, and just very appreciative. So many nice emails, especially after the hoopla with 400. So really special time. We're really trying to bring your mind into a new place in these next 100 episodes. A lot more education, a lot more striking a nerve, and this is a huge nerve for me. White wines, but especially a very interesting topic. You know, white wines that are not indigenous to the New World. A little bit more of a new phenomenon with Pinot Grigio, with the Gewürztraminer and Roussanne, let's say over the last 2 or 3 decades. So, and really in the last 2 and even last decade with a lot of these. So I'm excited about it. Calital, as a lot of people call it. That's like Italian varietal in California. That's what this is. $14 US. Pinot Grigio from California. Let's give it a little bit of a sniffy sniff. Aromatically, it's coming on point. It's got a very pretty pink grapefruit component coming through on the nose. A little spritzy action. I get a little bit of like a baked bread, you know what? Corn muffin. Corn muffin on the nose, which is quite interesting. So think corn muffin, squeeze some grapefruit on top of that, and that's exactly what this smells like. And I'm feeling it. Let's give it a whirl. The weirdest thing is going on. This wine actually tastes like coffee ice cream to me. It makes no sense whatsoever. But there is a subtle hint of coffee ice cream coming through for me on this wine, which I find completely perplexing. And like, I was almost embarrassed to tell you, but I always tell you, tell me what it tastes like, right? Don't be embarrassed. Embrace your own palate. At wine tastings, don't use the acidic, use what you taste. If it tastes like jelly shoes from the 1980s, you remember the kids used to wear that? That's wild. Then that's what it tastes like. If it tastes like your Smurfs ColecoVision tape that you used to put in and your Atari blew up or your Coleco and that smell, fine, that's what it smells like. I mean, if it's like the pot roast that your mom was making while you used to watch Kids Incorporated, Kids, that's fine as well. A lot of 80s action on today's show. Anyway, that's what you have to roll in. For me, it's very awkward that I get that kind of smell. I also get a very cheap, like Kmart brand $8 perfume component in the fun pack that you buy during the holidays. Very awkward little wine here. The nose was on point. The flavor profile is very bland and very confusing to say the least. Again, it's like the flag that's caught in a rope of tug of war. I always use half pregnant, so I'm trying to flip the switch. It's got acidity. It's trying to be a little bit acidic. Then it gets like creamy and oaky. Almost wants to be a Chardonnay. I really don't like this wine. I'm going to give it a pass. I'm going to score this wine 79 points. I think that Wine Enthusiast was either drinking way too much of this wine when they scored it or something else. Obviously, big fan of the Wine Enthusiast, so I don't want to bust on them. But, my personal pal and I are saying, and we're going to give this wine a pass. Not a good start at all. Let's move on. Ash Hollow, Gewürztraminer, 2006 from Columbia Valley, Washington. A Washington State Gewürztraminer. I mean, this is fun stuff for me. 16 US dollars, 90 points Wine Enthusiast. And let's see if they do a little bit better this time with their score. This is a very small producer up in Washington State that I've been fond of in the past. They've made some really nice wines here and there. Just in the mood. Let's see what's going on here. Gorgeous color. When I think of Gewürztraminer, I think of spicy foods, Indian curry, Jamaican, curry chicken. I mean, I just think of, I love the spiciness, Thai food that, normally I drink a lot of Alsatian Gewürztraminer, so it's fun to get one from the New World. Let's see what's going on here. It's like a lemon parade shot directly up my nose. Mott, smell this. Almost like the lemon that you smell sometimes in a Pine Sol or in the floor when the cleaning. Interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
On point though, right?
Yes.
Very heavy on the lemon dose. Lots and lots of lemon. Am I smelling chocolate coffee ice cream again? I'm just kidding. But the lemons are really ripping through this nose. Just quite a heavy load of lemons. I was thinking like a tea kind of component. Like, really it does actually smell a lot like a tea with a lemon in it. Very, very much, actually. And like cheap crap-ass tea that you don't even call tea, like Lipton. It's like Lipton with a lemon in it. I know I probably have like 5 fans from the Lipton company who are going to email me, like, what the heck? Sorry. Anyways, I also get a little bit like of a Crest toothpaste component mixed in. So take your tea and then just like a little plop of there's like a minty, cresty kind of toothpaste kind of thing going on. It's really interesting. I like the nose. I actually like this nose quite a bit. The lemons are very obvious and very lemon tree almost. Beautiful. Let's give it a whirl. This is really good. Wow. I'm gonna try this. I think you'll like it. Great body. I mean, really heavy. Definitely not the Gewürztraminer that your Alsatian uncle, Jorge. Why would an Alsatian uncle be named Jorge? Philippe gave you. It's not that guy. It's definitely more New World. It's got a little sugar-fied action, a little oomph. It's got the little it's got a little bit of that. I mean, it's like a football player today cut diesel compared to a football player 40 years ago. Just athletes are totally different. Anyway, a very you like it or no? Tell the truth, though.
Yes, I do.
You're into it? I'm really into it. I'm really into it for a lot of reasons. If you like lemons, and I have lemons in my Brita water, I'm all about the lemons. You're going to love this. Great, razor sharp acidity. No, not fair. Not a first-time razor blade, but maybe like a 9th time or 15th time box cutter. I used to use box cutters in the store when I was little, so I know the difference between they've used it a little while or not. But a good, solid acidity on the backbone. Great length, and just a beautiful... You know what? A great experience in your mouth. And who doesn't love a great experience in their mouth? And so I'm really, really, really into this. I love the lemons. I love the creaminess. I love the complexity. A tremendous food wine. Rip out the Dover sole. Rip out the, trout. I mean, Fish City, give it to me. I want this wine with a lot of fish. I would love it. I'm into this wine. Good job by Ash Hollow. I'm going to agree with the wine enthusiasts and give this wine 90 points. I think that's where it belongs. That's where it's going to stay. And this is a wine that I highly recommend if you're a fan of New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs, but you're looking to go to a different place and a different level, and really not like a lot of Gewürztraminers that I've had out of the Alsace. Not as much acidity and definitely not as much characteristics and earthiness and old worldness and graininess and funk to funk, but much more creamy and exciting and new world, and it's finding a very nice tone to this wine. It's good. It's real good. SS Chris, throw a plus on there, baby. 90 plus. Very good wine. Let's move on. And this is why I did this show. I've been dying to try this wine. Albion is one of the best producers of wine in America. Write that down. Text yourself. Make sure you drink a wine from Albion this year. Albion, 2005, Edna Valley's 2005, Rousson. Really, really great grape, guys. If you've never had a straight Rousson, it's a grape that is really found quite a bit in the Rhone region. It's making a lot of noise in the New World. California, Australia, a lot of places starting to use it. This is a $40 bottle of wine, so it's very pricey. 91 points, Josh Reynolds, who we're very fond of, good critic. Great golden color. I mean, just beautiful. Come on, zoom down to this little spot. Look how cool the new cloth is. It's like waterproof. Is that what it is?
Up, yeah.
It's cool. It's not like the old one, right? I like that. Anyways, let's get into this wine. Very good color. I mean, this is the golden locks of Hulk Hogan, circa 84, not that later as it got whiter style. Very cloudy in its approach, and that you'll see that a lot from Rousson, unfiltered style. So really excited about giving this a little bit of a sniffy sniff. Do I love burnt tires meets pear? And boy, did that come out quick because I had it right on point. Just like a smokiness. Think of like really shred, like, you think you're a big shot. Think about the smell you wish you made with your big wheels when you skid it out, or your BMX. You have like this little black line, you're like, yeah. But this like really burnt up tires from like drag racing. Very intriguing. This is some nose. I love the way Rhone white wines smell. I'm getting very beautiful pears in here. God, there's a lot going on here. Apple slices. I get a little bit of a cantaloupe component. Actually, the cantaloupe guts, in the middle there. If you smell that, I did that not too long ago, maybe like a year ago. This time really has helped me pick up a lot of the scent. So it's very intriguing. Very deep, serious nose. Lemons, limes, a lot of complexity going on here. Graininess, almost like a grape nut cereal. Pretty. Let's give it a whirl. That burnt tire comes up very alcoholic. Woo! Very, very acidic and very solid. 16.1% alcohol content, and you're allowed to play a little bit, and I'm going on the record saying, your pal will tell you everything, folks. Your pal, I'm just giving it daps because it was cool that I kind of reacted that way before I knew. 16-1. And I gotta be honest with you, it's shockingly holding it together. It's like some people are lucky. And, they wear those really tight shirts. You're like, that shirt is working. Or when you got the big, I'm impressed with this wine. It's holding it together, but it's looking to burst out, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's too hot. Just just a hair. Over time, the fruit components may come out a little bit more. There's such an interesting, I want to call oaky, but not woody, smoky, like Hacksaw Jim Duggan's 2x4, but on fire that hit you in the mouth, kind of. That would hurt. I'm torn on this wine. I'm such a big fan of the winery. I'm such a big fan of the grape varietal. I'm so looking forward to it. I basically based this entire show around it. But I got to call it like I see it. And I'm going to tell you right now, this wine is an 88-point wine to me. And for $40, that's a major pass. I think the alcohol content just slipped away from them. I disagree with Josh Reynolds' 91-point assessment. It's a wine that I would not seek out right now. Some of the older vintages of this wine have been better to me at this point. Maybe it's so big and massive, it can come together like pieces of a puzzle long term. But at this point, I just don't see it. I just don't. I want to take a quick moment because I just like to do this. I do it in my daily life. Now I just want to do it on a shout-out level. I want to give an amazing, huge shout-out to my family, who I love more than anything. I love the Vayner Nation. I love you guys. I love the Monster and all the Wine Library family. Way, way, way up there. And you cannot imagine how much I appreciate the emails you guys give me. But my core family, my moms and my pops, and my bro and my sis, and my beautiful wife, and brother-in-laws, and just and some of the really closest friends in my life. I just feel like, you know what? I think there's no reason not to give shout-outs, to give hugs, give kisses, give calls, to tell the people you love how much you love them. Family is everything to me. I know a lot of you know that about the Thunder Show. And my Wine Library family is enormously close to me. You know how it feels, Mott, in this place. This is straight fams. We almost lost somebody, and we kept them, and you should have seen the faces on everybody. I mean, this is straight family, and I just want to tell you, I appreciate you watching the show, and I know you're learning so much, and we're expanding our palates, and we're trying new things, but don't forget one of the core. No. The first thing that this show's about, wine brings people together. Do me a favor. Please do me a favor. Forget a question of the day today. How about a demand of the day? One, right now, as soon as this is done, could be late, I know a lot of you watch it, email 5 or 6 people you love, and you haven't told them how much you love. Better yet, call them. Or, even better yet, walk over to your wife and give her a kiss on the head, vice versa. Kiss your husband, do something, hug your mom, do something. You will not believe how, when it's all said and done, that's what matters, all the way. And just put it into your rotation. Just like trying different things, spread your love, your thunder, to the people you care about. Please do that. And number 2, what was number 2? That was like I had a couple things I wanted. That was one demand. Tell them that you love them. And number 2, I don't even care. You know what? Because there is no number 2 to that. Question, I will give you a question today. I gave you a demand. What is your favorite new white wine? And if you don't have one, make one. Because you, with a little bit of me and Bo Jackson, we are changing the wine world, whether they like it or not. And you better leave a comment of who you kissed, hugged, or called, because that's what it's all about.